Y'all seen the new Spider-Man?
No, I haven't.
I want to see it though.
Didn't it just come out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
You see the Little Mermaid? Let's talk about the Little Mermaid.
You saw
Really?
it?
Yeah, I seen it Monday, and it was better than I thought it was gonna be. Granted,
Was there already a live action version of it, or is this the first
I
No.
time?
think I don't think this is the first one.
Oh,
I'm
Miles
pretty sure
Morales?
there's been one before it. Well, what are we talking about?
For the Little Mermaid.
Oh, no.
Oh,
This
I
is
got
the
to
first.
clarify that. Hold on.
It's the first live action of the Little Mermaid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she's black.
I colored
Colored?
a Negro.
A Negro. Which I don't know if I want to get into.
I don't know. I haven't watched it. People like her father was red and her mother was like white.
Yeah.
So
Well, it didn't show her mother. I would only assume they would have made her white though, but it was a Disney film. It wasn't that bad. It was better than I thought it was going to be. That's, I guess, an important factor. It was better than I thought it was going to be, but at the same time, it was like I wasn't rooting for her. Only reason why I watched this because Halle Bailey was in it. If it wasn't her, Haley. If it wasn't for her in it, I probably would have watched it. I don't really care for the whole black remake type deal that they did in it, but
Yeah.
that's cool. The movie wasn't that bad though. The music was all right. People didn't like the bird character.
What was the plot?
I mean,
wouldn't it be the same as?
the same plot as the first Little Mermaid. If you ever seen the first one, her mom's
Oh,
dead.
okay.
She wants to meet humans. Her dad doesn't want her. She sells her soul to her aunt. Well, she sells her voice to her aunt. Gets feet, can't speak. It's a whole thing.
Wow.
Plot doesn't change much. Haley, I'm pretty sure it's Hallie. Hallie can sing really good. So like, the soundtrack is fire. The song was really good. The songs were really good. My sister commented that she wished Sebastian was actually played by a real Jamaican. Yeah, Jamaican. Rather than it was played by David Diggs. I think that's his name. You know, the black guy with all the hair from Hamilton.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was played by him, who was not like Jamaican or anything.
Was it
But-
not authentic?
well, he's just black.
Yeah, from what I know.
Did he not sound authentic?
In my opinion, he did. I mean, he did pretty well. But I guess since like if this film is based off of representation, or not based off of, but since it has so much representation, why not
It
get
was
real?
corporate representation.
Yeah,
Like you said, they should have used an authentic Jamaican.
yeah. So like, why not use a real? I think Jamaican. That's what it made more sense. You're not gonna turn your cameras on.
I will in a second. I'm like trying
Can I be sure?
I'm in a wild position right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, so
Weird.
let me tell you something, right? So I was at the zoo. Right? Check me out. I went to the zoo, and I went to the animal exhibit where the animals be. I walked
That's
over.
what a zoo is.
Yeah, I walked over by the elephants. I looked at the elephants. I feed them some peanuts. I throw a peanut in there. They say, right? You know what I'm saying? Check me out. So I see the other elephant walk up, little baby elephant, real itty bitty elephant, but like it looks like it still weighs a lot. And he's like, "Yo, mommy, where's your shirt?"
I said I didn't have my shirt on, dude.
Is that you have to have a shirt on. And we can't allow his wife beater. You have to have a shirt on. He was like, "Mommy."
Yeah, bro, you can't do that, bro.
Mommy,
I'm gonna take my shirt off.
Mommy, I think that's a little boy from FOC. I couldn't hear though, cause they got all the glass cages and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I climbed up on a wall and I looked over and I kept my ears up and it was like, that was a mommy elephant, and then the baby elephant go, "Mommy, it is the guy from FOC. He's feeding us peanuts." And I threw some more peanuts in, and they were like, and I was like, "Thanks for subscribing." And that's how I met an elephant that supports FOC. Because what you ought to understand is we B nut, we C nut, we fee nut, we giving out peanuts. Elephant gang for life. I walked out the zoo that same day.
That started off wrong.
I walked it off the same day. Because let me tell you something. I don't
Let me
nut
take
what you talking
gas.
about, but I peanut what you're talking about.
It's bars.
I got in
Absolute
the
bars.
kitchen and then they let me cook too much. That's the problem. So what I'm saying is, elephant to talking about FOC. We really on a rise out here. We're at this moment. We're currently neglecting our people of quality content. We were consistent for a little bit and then we fell off. I'm really finna start dropping this solo content so I can carry us out the trenches. Cause people said, Zion, you can't make solo content. I got some ideas. I got a whiteboard. I'm finna be doing satirical conspiracy videos, but more of a sense of truth in every joke, but very satire. Like, you know why? Cause I'm a dope person that does dope things. And then
You know
I'm
what
gonna
we
get
should
on.
do?
That's
What?
real.
We should like pod in like public places. It'll be like an interesting experience.
We should sit like in the middle of an elephant exhibit.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Then I'm gonna start my one-on-one interviews of mental impregnation, cause really I'm a dope person that does dope things. And people say, Zion, you can't do solo work. Who can? I can talk to a camera by myself. Because Ratatouille said, anyone can cook. Good night. Said anyone can cook. And I got in the kitchen.
D-Bron, oh my God, it's D-Bron.
Yo.
D-Bron. Hey, I have to get my friends in here to see D-Bron, man.
Bro, what?
Bring the productive ones. You know which ones are productive.
I know everybody, like, we've been trying to get in contact with you, D-Bron, after you, like, graduated. We're so happy for you, D-Bron. Congratulations, D-Bron. We're so proud of you.
I'm
Huh?
gonna present you guys with a scenario, right? Okay, check me out. Right? All right.
Are you gonna be like munching on your mic?
Bro,
while
don't do
you're
that,
out?
bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you bring them in here and they be on it, bro, I'm leaving, bro.
Check. Are y'all ready to pod now? I feel like I hyped
Oh
y'all
yeah,
up. I feel like I hyped y'all up. Y'all ready to pod? I should have.
let's go.
Last time we potted, I was rocking the shiesty. I ain't rocking no shiesty today. Today, we just gonna pod. Ain't no more games. If that didn't hype you up, I don't know what can. FOC is back. Let's go. Let us pod. How's your summers going so far? Rate your first week of summer on a scale of 1 to 10.
I'm back in school.
How?
I got summer courses I gotta do.
That's called
Wait.
grinding.
No, college courses.
Oh, okay. All right. What school are you going to next year?
I'm going to Southwest. It's a community college.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna transfer to 4-year?
Probably not right away, but I can if I choose to. And then if I do choose to, I
D-Bron,
gotta do it too.
what do you see yourself doing in your future? What do you see yourself in your future?
Be physical therapist.
Oh, really?
Can you give me some physical therapy?
What?
I need that like really bad, like right now.
You
I
said
have
what?
these things on my knees that hurt really bad, like on the front part of my knee. Do you know what you can do with that? Like, I'm currently on a knee right now, but I'm leaning on the front of my knee because at the bottom of my knee really hurts and I can't be on my knee for a long time.
Sounds like it hurts.
So
I don't think he's a physical therapist yet.
That's literally because you're old. It's because you're old.
when I propose,
Trinity.
T-Ren, when I propose to my wife, like, I hope she hurries up because, like, the way my knee is set up, I can't be on it. So, assuming D-Bron can come help a brother out, I got a bad
You should have her.
knee. I should have what?
You should have her propose to you instead. Uno reverse card.
You know what? Let's talk about it. Topic number 1. From a man's
Is it
perspective.
acceptable for women to propose to men?
Hmm.
Should we normalize it?
Should we?
For a woman to propose to men. I don't see what the issue could be. Like,
Mike is
I know it's like,
Micah, get unmuted.
huh?
Stop texting your girl. Wait.
You
Anyways,
got blur on, I think.
Continue.
I know, like,
That quality is so bad.
yeah, I have no idea what that says.
It says I love my
think
girlfriend.
you got your blur on, don't it?
Shh. Tell me about your
My
women.
knees are.
Your knees are weak and your palms are sweaty. Go.
Oh, I was saying, like, I know the social norm is like for men to like propose to women, but like I don't really see the problem in seeing a woman propose to a man.
What about you?
So how would you feel? How would you feel if your partner like proposed to you?
She got on a knee and proposed to you.
That would be weird.
She said,
He is crazy.
You said he, bro.
Yeah,
said she.
I swear it sounded like you said he.
I said she. I mean,
I'm
if you went to that.
But I'm
Is that-
saying, so
Heterosexual.
say your girl got on when he proposed to you. How would you feel about that? Like, would you feel weirded out, or would you feel any different?
I mean, I would be the one to do it first, and if she's
What if
the
she
one
beat
doing
you
it,
to
it's
it?
probably.
But what if you're not though? That's what I'm saying. Like, what if just like you don't even expect for? What if you don't
She's
even
like,
expect
oh,
it?
rush. She's probably rushing it then.
Rushing it? So would you say no if she did it?
Whatever you're about to do it and she beats you to it and she's already on her knee and she's like, hey.
I feel like we need to.
She gets on her knee, she
Have
grabs
this-
your hands and she looks up into your eyes and she says,
But I'm saying,
If it's like very sudden and out of nowhere, then probably I wouldn't like accept it. But like if we had prior discussions about it, you know, and about our futures, I would consider it.
so because she's a woman, you don't believe she has the right to propose to you. And you like the traditional way of it being done. I'm just proposing a question. Don't think about it too hard. I'm just saying.
No,
No, that's not it? Okay, I'm just making sure. How do you feel about
Well,
it,
I think
well, I'm saying it's
And
like, it would definitely be unusual because I've never seen it done before in person. So like, it would be unusual, and I don't know. It's like I wouldn't say
Yes.
no. I wouldn't say no if it happened.
I mean,
But
I guess.
I would. I guess I would prefer to be the one to do it,
Mhm.
but I wouldn't. I don't think I would have too much of a problem if it. I think I would have more of a problem of like what other people would say about it instead of like it instead of
Actually-
her actually doing it.
So or you're saying
Because you know it's like you. What?
you're allowing the woman to set the pace about who's going to be the first one to take charge in this relationship.
Yeah, that's another one of my questions was like,
I'm saying, but
does
it's like, so does
establish,
that?
like-
Are you saying that? So are you saying
relationship.
that? Are you saying that the person that proposes automatically just takes charge?
No, I'm
The
just
relationship?
asking, will that be a sign of what's going to set the pace for the rest of your marriage?
Of course not.
Yeah,
Because why would one action dictate the entirety of something that's supposed to be lifelong? That's
Being-
something that's supposed to last a lifetime.
Bing, you see that? It's a domino effect.
So you think just because she proposed?
No, I
You
don't
don't
think
think-
so.
I mean,
I'm just
it-
presenting other
she-
mindsets, other thoughts.
Well, no, I'm just saying it's like what leads y'all to believe that can happen based on her proposing?
No, I'm not saying she takes charge. I'm just presenting a thought.
Well,
See
no,
where
I'm
your
saying
mind
you
is.
asked, but it's like I wanna, and you said domino effect. What leads you to believe that like that can be a domino effect? Like what events can cause that?
it's kind of like the concept of multiple timelines. How this decision can lead into this timeline. It's a possibility by her proposal it leads into something involving her being the charge taker of the relationship. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying.
I'm saying though, it's like what? How does that correlate though? I don't see one action that she did make. I don't see one thing that she's done lead her to making all decisions like
I mean,
forever.
it really it could be consistent. Like it could be a consistent, thing she does. I don't know.
Alan.
But I feel like, so y'all feel like if you allow her, so I guess what y'all saying is y'all feel like if you allow her to do it, she's gonna, if you allow her to do this one thing, she gonna feel like she can just do anything because she feel like you just gonna allow it anything
Oh
to
no, I
fly.
don't feel that way.
I,
I'm just
I feel
thoughtful.
like there are patriarchal traditions in society that still hold some value.
I like that.
So you feel like
Do you also
by
believe that she
breaking, you
should
feel
stay
like
at
by
home?
breaking this tradition, it can lead to other traditions.
There are still roles that have to be played in the household in order to keep it functional.
Would you say things like washing dishes is one of those roles?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. You really projecting for real. Like you're not really giving an answer.
I'm just provoking thought.
Yeah.
I'm just provoking thoughts.
No, it's like no, like bro, get in the conversation.
I'm just
Go based
provoking
off.
thoughts.
No, I'm saying it's like share your thoughts. Don't just ask. Don't just keep asking questions. Share your thoughts.
Alan. Can anybody hear Alan?
Nah,
I can't. Is his camera on? Because it's like doing the loading thing.
Right, his
It's loading on mine
for the
too.
longest.
All right, Micah.
Bro, he was the main one that wanted to get in here.
Micah. Get off the phone, Micah. We have further issues.
What did you do? I got a new stick.
So are you? But because Ahmad,
Okay.
you was just saying
Yeah.
that you
I'ma
didn't
keep
see
it real.
nothing wrong with it.
I further evaluated it, and then that's what I've concluded.
Well, I'll put it. Alan, what are you doing, dog? What do you think this is?
I love Alan, bro.
Why your thighs all out in the camera,
Bro.
dog? What's going on here?
Why he come in looking like that?
Look at zesty as hell.
Is that your cash app at the bottom of the screen? What you got going on here?
Bro.
Don't worry about it. Just continue our conversations.
Alan, okay. So you know how proposal works, Alan. Would you let a woman propose to you?
I mean, if she feel like it, then yeah. I mean, I'm not going against it or nothing.
So you would let her get down on the knee, look into you into your eyes and say, I know we've been knowing each other for a long time. And
mainly, I'm supposed to do it because I'm the gentleman in the relationship.
how would you feel
I
if
ain't
she
gonna
did
lie.
it or
I ain't gonna
attempted
lie
to do it?
though. I ain't gonna lie. Hugging down on a knee is crazy. I probably wouldn't even let her do that.
Yeah.
So you saying is you control her actions?
Because like you're the
I ain't
gentleman.
gonna lie. You projecting, bro. You projecting. I'm so sick of you, bro.
Did he not say I'm not gonna let her do
No,
that?
because
I'm
you're trying to spread propaganda,
No,
bro.
I'm just trying to
You're
clarify.
doing what propaganda, bro.
I'm just trying to clarify. Your words were I wouldn't even let her do that. So what do you mean by you wouldn't let her do that? Like
I wouldn't let her kneel.
encourage it.
I wouldn't let her kneel on the.
You wouldn't let her. You wouldn't encourage that. Is what you're
No,
saying?
but
Okay.
her kneeling, getting on the ground, proposing to Amel is like kind of disrespectful, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
So like, I feel like it kind of shows that the male partner in that relationship hasn't taken like any initiative to further.
Oh.
To me, it's weird.
So you feel like
Maybe like the male isn't like fully committed or is serious about the relationship as his partner. Like he's not putting in as much, I don't know, effort into the relationship as his partner is.
So you're saying her taking initiative is possibly a sign of his lack of involvement or commitment?
Yes,
so
precisely.
you feel like if once the woman feels like it's been taking too long, she'll just like. So you saying they'll only propose when they feel like the proposal has been overdue.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. Or if they feel like the relationship isn't really progressing.
Yeah.
That
I
makes
guess
Correct.
I'll
sense.
answer that question.
Yeah.
I could love this
Mm.
woman with all my heart, but if she proposes to me, my answer's gonna be no.
I'm sick of telling you with these sound boxes, bro.
I'm just keeping it real. I need to get some more sounds for real, cause I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm not sexist. I love women. Women are great. They're a great specimen, if you will.
That doesn't make you not sexist, but it's okay.
I believe in women's rights, man. I'm a feminist, really, when we think about it. I believe in
Right.
equal rights for women. I believe they all should get paid. I do believe in certain traditional. I'm conservative in some ways, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last
I
one.
mean, we all.
So I'm just when it comes to the case of the quote unquote proposal situation, I can't state and say that I would be okay. I would say no. I would also have a conversation following. Like, it wouldn't be like no, never. If like I truly believe, like, if I was actually gonna ask you and you do beat me to it, I'm gonna say no. I'm just keeping it real. Like, we really gonna chat for real, not even being like a contrarian or anything or trying to be controversial. This is just my real life response and feeling about it. I can say that I
Yeah.
would say yes to it.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because it's just lack of tradition, you know? And especially if it's Publix, it's gonna be hard for me to say no. But I feel like even like that's gonna be like, I don't know. I can't sit up here and tell you guys. I can't sit up here and pretend to be this. Oh, I don't even think it makes you lack of progressive. I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend like I'm just RGB or something and be like, well, you know, it's 2023. It's just not reality. I don't think I would say yes. That doesn't take marriage off the table. Now, for her, that takes marriage off the table because she's offended by it. And that's a different conversation.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, do you feel like you saying no is gonna like mess up the future for y'all? Because you
Well,
know,
before,
once you propose,
Nah.
then she gonna be thinking about this.
no, because
Nah,
when marriage.
because
Oh, you go, Alan.
what? No, you go.
I think it's more of like before people get married, or for what I found out, a lot of people get rejected from marriage proposals and stuff because they never present the conversation of actually getting married.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's highly encouraged that you have a conversation regarding your future, and if your future involves marriage and you know you're both interested in eventually getting married, then it makes it less of an issue. I mean, since I'm like the same person, rather for the most part, 24/7, I'm pretty sure the woman I'm with will have an understanding of like my thoughts and feelings on said situations. I would assume she does, and if she doesn't, I mean, that's neither here nor there. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, so no, I don't think it would. What were you gonna say, Alan?
So like, if my girl proposed to me, I'm gonna say no and learn gently because yes, I want to have a future with her, but like her proposing to me is just like feel weird because I'm the man in the situation and people gonna look at me like weirdly because I'm not doing it to her.
That's exactly what I said. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
You said that?
like it's not like the problem isn't even her proposing. It's like how other people are gonna see the situation.
I don't
You
care
said
how other
that? My
people see
bad.
it. To me, it's just a problem. It's the problem of her proposing, keeping it $1.50. But let's bring it to our group. Ahmad, senior year. Girl walk up to you with a poster. Go to prom with me. You okay with that?
I mean, prom is not like
Prom is
a
different.
marriage.
I just want to know.
It depends on the circumstances.
Depends on.
But I mean, if a female is asking me, then probably not. Yeah.
You reject her.
I mean, we can like discuss it later.
So would you say yes
And
That's
and
funny.
reject her later?
I mean, is it in public?
Let's say it's kind of public.
Kind of public.
Not
What's
the
the
whole
question?
school, but like in class. So there's at least 20 kids in here. It just takes
What's
one
the
video
question?
recording.
But I was gonna say, stuff gonna travel.
Yeah. I don't know.
Cause I was gonna say it was this one instance where this girl had asked this boy at lunch, and he
Hmm.
said yes, but like in private, he only said yes because like everybody was there, but in private he said no, like for real.
Women
I'm
across the
I'm
map.
usually I'm usually like 100% transparent all the time. I don't like, lying or giving off a false disposition. So I'd probably say like no, which is the truth.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, women. If I ask you to prom, please tell me no in private.
Right? Yeah.
You don't want to be embarrassed.
It's not
So
even embarrassment.
so
It's about me
okay,
personally.
but my
No,
thing is
no,
but my thing is so so you wouldn't say no in public. So if a girl asks you, would you say no in public?
I'm not sure how
I
I would
wouldn't.
handle it.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't ask in public. That's.
I mean, you gotta be honest though.
But I'm saying if she asks, you're already in the situation. Everybody already staring at you, waiting for an answer. You can't just not say nothing.
I'll
You
whisper in
can't
her
just walk
ear.
away.
I'll get to
It's
her and
either
walk
yes or
away. I'll whisper
I
in
gotta
her
use the
ear.
bathroom. I gotta use the bathroom. Just run away.
Right. Oh. I'll whisper in her ear.
Yes. Whispering. Everybody gonna know it's a no. They're gonna be like, we already know what he said.
I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna pretend to pass out like Wendy Williams. I'm gonna pass out like Wendy Williams.
Bruh.
And then whatever happens after that happens after that. And I wake up in the nurse office. She's standing right there and be like, "What happened?" I asked you to prom. Be like, "Oh yeah, nah," or I already got a date.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a
Right.
solid excuse. I already got a date.
Because then like,
That's
and
messed
then
up.
if you don't go to prom with the date, just be like, oh well, it fell through.
We're just like, "Hey, you still need a date?" Yeah.
Okay, but like, okay, what if the girls ask you to dance or like really close to you?
What is that? Oh, she asked me to dance. I feel like
Yeah,
I
like-
wouldn't have an issue with the girl asking me to dance. I don't think so. No.
Well, what if you went by yourself at prom and she see you clearly don't got a date? So then she gonna know you lied.
It fell through. It fell
Yeah,
through.
it fell through.
That's too bad.
It just happened,
There you
man.
go.
I mean, yeah, if she
Yeah,
sees me at the
don't.
prom,
Oh,
That's-
I really
that's not
just
an
didn't want to
issue.
go with you. That's
her not thinking, it's really me saving me and her future issues. Like, it's really not, it's not gonna be like, oh, you see me without a date, or what am I do now? No, our encounters are over now. I gave you my response. Our encounter is over.
I saved you the embarrassment.
No, not even that, because like that sounds way worse than what I'm trying to portray. It's not even saying save you the embarrassment. It's just like, I understand where your mom would be, because if a girl said that, she was like, I already got a date, and I go to prom and she's just there with her homegirls and she ain't got no date, I'm gonna feel some type of way. But what am I to say anything? No, because our encounter is over. Our conversation we had is over. So really, I don't owe you an explanation, because I already gave you an answer.
Okay, but you know girls different, bro.
Yeah, that's still dope.
They for sure gonna feel offended, and you gotta figure out how to
No, I
not
don't.
figure out. But I'm saying it's not your responsibility no more. But I'm
Unless
saying
we're
if they
friends.
confront you, what are your actions gonna be if they confront you?
Unless we're friends.
And I was gonna say, and her friends gonna go crazy too.
If we're friends, it's two different things. If we're not friends, if we're just some girl that I know, dude, that's different. Now, if we're friends, okay, I'm gonna have some type of explain. If we're not actually friends, nah,
Probably
dog.
go.
Who gonna
I'll
ask
probably
a
go.
random girl to prom?
People do. People find
I
a
don't
girl,
care.
she cute.
I'm just
They'll
saying,
ask
if you
her to
don't really
prom.
know a person, I wouldn't ask them to prom. Like, I'm
I
just
feel
saying,
like-
people don't ask to prom off of looks for real.
But some people don't know you that well, though. Like, if we're not friends, if we're not, what y'all kids say, if we're not locked in for lifers, I didn't even stick my tongue out. But if we're not locked in,
What is that?
if if we not locked in for real, then like I don't know your explanation.
We're not locked in. Why you say it like this, bro?
I'm just saying, that's what y'all say. We're not locked in. I know y'all do the finger thing. Then like
Nah, you like this. You like
if we're
that.
not, is that what y'all do? If we're not locked in for real, I don't really owe you an explanation. That's the thing about the men and women situation. I feel like women role that they play in society most definitely should be bigger regarding to what a previous was as of 40s and the 30s and 50s and 60s, of course. That's
Yeah.
without a doubt. I think there's
I mean,
certain
they're
traditional values. Like, I don't.
back then. So,
Yeah, like I believe a woman should be able to have a career wherever her career is, you know? I believe if a woman's doing the same job as a man and she's putting in the same amount of work, she should get paid the same. Sports is different
Yes.
because sports are based off of support. And if the team doesn't and the sport doesn't get supported that well, then you get money based off of the support that you get. That's neither here nor there. But if we're talking about regular careers, yeah, I believe in all of that. Women don't necessarily have to stay in the kitchen. And then you can also be a stay-at-home mom if you want to.
So let's do like. So what about other physical jobs that aren't sports but still
Like what?
require a certain amount of strength?
I mean, that's
Depends, 'cause
between if a woman wishes to do those jobs, I mean that's up to
that's on
her.
her.
I can't. I don't think there's a job that should limit women. I mean, in my preference, like if I have a daughter, I guess is a better response, is the best response I have. If I have a daughter, I can't say that I will prefer for my daughter to go be. Well, give me an example of a job. I can't think of a job. Like
Construction.
okay, yeah, okay. So I wouldn't prefer per se for my daughter to be
women
a construction
prefer-
worker.
hired to work in that sort of field.
Yeah. I mean, if that's her choice she wishes to make, then sure, that's
Yeah,
what's up.
'cause,
But
I mean,
like,
as long as she's up for it and
But
she
it's
has the
like
physical
I was gonna
ability.
say though, but like physically, if you
No, it's like-
physically see that she's not doing the same amount of thing that other men in that industry are doing, do you think she should get the same pay?
But I feel like certain women, they can't keep up and they can't be on
I
the
mean,
same
if you
level with
can't do the
same
job that you
person.
have, then you can't keep the job. But I'm regarding to like when I say
Well, I'm saying
pay,
it. I'm saying it. I mean, she can do the job. She just can't do it as efficiently as other people in her field.
Huh?
then the
And why
boss
is she
then
why
the
is she
boss
hired
shouldn't
then?
hire her. Oh, look, it's a
Yeah,
woman,
because she's
allegedly.
not the most
Woman.
Oh,
she's not the
Allegedly
most
is
adequate. She's
insane.
not the most adequate for the job.
never mind.
No,
Okay. Wait, give me a second.
she needs to lock in. We're talking about women. She needs somebody. We need a woman that responds.
You just said no.
She's a
What?
little different though, so we don't know.
Allegedly.
But
That's crazy.
anyways, yeah. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, physical labor. I mean, I think you should get paid. Yeah, worth the quality of the job you do. But I mean, I'm just talking like like there's some people like office jobs who have like the same job as people and they get paid less simply
Okay,
due
what's
to
the
the
question?
fact that they're women. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of questions. We're like on a broad. We're talking about women, men equality. So you're a woman. Would you ever propose to a man?
I mean, I prefer not to, but I mean, like, because I feel like, I don't know, it just feels weird for me to do it, you know?
Mm.
But if it really came down to it and I knew that's what I wanted to do, then I would do it. 'Cause it's like, I don't care like that.
Now, would you do a promposal?
Nah, that would kind of piss me off. I don't know, like, doing things for men because of my past experiences, it just gets on my nerves sometimes. It depends on who it is. Like, if I know they're gonna appreciate it, then sure.
But you wouldn't do it to like some random person.
Nah. What? Like, if it was the person that I used to be with, absolutely not. He would not appreciate that. But if it's somebody that I know would be like, oh my gosh, well, thank you, yada yada yada, and they would like return the favor somehow. Not like that. Don't make it weird. Then yeah.
I wasn't gonna make it weird till you said that, but continue.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
didn't
Right. I wouldn't even
I
think of
have to
like
make
that.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know, because I said if a woman proposes to marry me, I'm gonna say no.
What?
Simply because of the. Oh, Micah, were you not here for that? Simply because of the.
No, I'm on my phone is showing me strange things. Like I went to go download like
Like you
listen.
just lock in, bro. Tell your phone to like lock
Right, put your
in.
phone
No.
down. You're not locked in.
Okay. I see lesbian chatting and dating on my phone.
What?
Hey
So,
yo, what
Bro, that's what. Okay.
so what? Wait, what?
Hmm?
So, bro,
Your
y'all
phone's
tell me,
bugging.
bro. Oh no,
Bro.
that's all I was saying. I basically said no. I would not say yes to said woman proposing to me. That's interesting that
I
you
was
feel
there
that
for
way
that.
as a female woman girl thing.
I have a
Woman
question.
girl thing? Did I say that?
Girl thing.
Edit
You
that
did
out.
say that.
Edit that out. That's
Like, somebody
crazy.
says that in like a movie or something. What is it? Wait, I don't
A
remember.
person of the female specimen. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so prom, you said you would feel some type of way about it. That's an interesting opinion you have there. So how would you
I've got
reject somebody for prom?
How would I what?
Reject somebody for prom.
I feel like, ooh, that's gonna be tough because if they do it in front of everybody, that's like. But it's like
That's
if
really the
it
main
has to be
factor.
said, I'm gonna walk up to you, whisper in your ear, hell no, and then just like
I said whisper. I
just
said whisper.
like play it off. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna do this so you're not embarrassed, but like I'm not going with you.
What if you hug them and you whisper in the air, you be like, nah. And you
That's
just hug
pretty
it
much
out
that's
until
pretty much what I
everybody
would do.
walk
That's pretty
away.
much what I would do. Everybody's like, oh, yeah. Like totally.
So he's gonna break his heart like that?
I'm gonna let him down easy.
We came to a pretty
Like
good group.
imagine I just walked off.
Alan is so
We
disappointed.
came to a
See,
pretty
you just walk off.
we came to a game to a pretty good group consists that already have a date would be a decent response.
Oh yeah, that's true. But like that's fine though.
But
Okay.
like, what if you get one? So
I'm
then
gonna
it's
say I already
not.
have a date, then go with my homegirls. Like, I
Well,
mean,
we're just saying I don't know.
Lies never hurt anybody.
Just
Just
say
one or
do.
two lies.
if I lied to you and I told you your mama was dead,
Lies hurt a lot.
Whoa,
That's
whoa.
okay, I'm just saying. I'm just
I
saying.
was just bossed up.
nah, bro.
Okay.
Chill out.
You gonna boss up and your mama would be in the hospital taking her last breath?
What? How did we get here?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We
You done skipped so many
get
steps.
here? That's what she said. You didn't hear that? She was like,
Bus.
yeah, okay, so what if I tell you your mama's dead and she really not? Like, I don't know. I
But-
mean, if that's how you feel is like the second level compared to you saying you
Yeah,
have a
like-
date. I mean, if that's how do we get here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We skipped so many steps because I feel like, oh, I stole something from you, and then you can skip to, oh, I stole a car. I stole this. I killed somebody.
Pretty
Then you lie about your mom being in the hospital dying. I feel like that's almost the maximum.
You think killing somebody is worse than telling somebody that their mom is dead? Like telling somebody you killed
Yes.
somebody?
Yes.
And we say
Yeah.
kill on YouTube?
I mean,
Aren't you collegiate? I'm
Education-
gonna need you to go read the
educationally
terms
get rid
and
of people.
conditions of YouTube
Educationally
in your
get
free
rid of
time.
people.
But yeah, okay. All right. Off of women and men rights. It's off of women and men rights. It is that month though.
I don't believe in that. They're not real.
they're not real. It's
Let
crazy.
me
You
get,
are.
no, let me
bro.
get into my theory.
Did she
'Cause
say
I have
we?
a theory.
a figment of
Are
our
you?
imagination.
She said
I have
we
a
or
theory
you.
on it. Because
I see you.
listen. Because this homosexual rigmarole did not exist
Homosexual
before
rigmarole.
2014.
I need to put that audio
It
in.
did
2014.
exist. Wait. I kind of want to talk about this. Wait, it did
Before
exist.
2014.
It's just
It was so
people
small.
becoming more open about it. That's it.
Micah, turn your camera
People
on.
I
just
feel
being
like
more open about being gay because you're not
Yeah,
gay.
I want
feel
to.
like
I want to see. I
the
want to see both.
populace of homosexuals wasn't as big as it is today.
Micah,
I
turn
feel
your
like
camera on so I can feel you.
No.
What?
I'm
No,
being
because
too
seriously,
controversial.
listen.
All right, go ahead.
Being like think about
Trinity.
this.
I want to. I
Back in
want
the day, being a what's it called? Wait, I can't say that word.
Queer?
Being an NAZ, you know what I'm
Oh.
saying.
Whoa.
Okay,
wait,
back in the
what?
day that was cool.
Wait,
Now it's
wait,
not
wait.
cool. You know how
Was
that
it? No.
you know how time
Was
changes
that ever
things?
cool?
Back in the day, being homosexual was not cool, and now people accept it more, so people are coming out. So now it's like, now you're realizing that people are actually been gay the whole time.
She just so just to be clear on
Listen,
what she just
'cause I
said,
almost got
she
I
just
What if
compared
they
being
not for
gay
real, but they
to
just hopping on the
being
trend?
a supporter of the short
I,
mustache
I
guy.
was too back in the day. I
You
thought,
wait,
oh,
you was what back in the day? What are we?
I thought,
This
I
is going
thought,
so left.
I
So we're gonna move on to the next topic. Actually,
Switch up, bro,
I
please,
have
because
I have a question.
what's up?
Is it possible to be too progressive?
Yes.
yeah,
How?
like what?
How?
You like? Yes.
Some people are
Depends
so
on
progressive that you know, like some people are too smart for their own good.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the same with progression as well.
you can yeah, you can be too progressive to the point where it's almost unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. Do you
Like,
So
think?
like,
you know how people overdo their jobs, like teachers, they
Do you think people are
overly.
fighting oppression that doesn't exist? Like,
Yes,
obviously, like oppression is like still existing, but do you think there are people?
well,
they over exaggerate depression because they
Yeah.
want to feel.
Or
yeah, over exaggerating definitely
sure.
because
it's really
I
like
feel like
Black people do it too.
yes, because I was finna say it's like I don't feel like we don't fight it oppression that doesn't exist because obviously it does. But like
You over
I feel
to
like
make
we
it
hold
bigger.
on to oppression that shouldn't be dragged that much. Like
Like
it's like I feel like we don't move on. We hold on to any type of anything. You feel what I'm saying? We hold on to any type of trauma or oppression or any bad experience that
Yeah.
either happened to us or experiences that didn't even happen to us, but we're like carrying it with us.
I
I
feel
feel like
like oh my bad, go.
oh, okay. I feel like everyone carries this like good versus evil narrative,
Right.
and like they feel like
Oh shoot, my camera.
regardless of like the scenario, they feel like they're being oppressed, and that they feel like there has to be someone like a savior, messiah
and
to
there
come
also has to be some sort of
deliver
villain,
whatever
some kind
their
of
like
antagonist.
their struggles are, you know.
I guess.
And it.
My bad,
What'd you say?
I think you going.
I mean, no, you can go.
I was just gonna say like I really think it's also situation based too, because
Mm-hmm.
whereas it becomes to like past histories, I feel like we can eventually move past those stop bringing them up once all like so and so once we actually acknowledge that it like those things occurred. Like I feel like
Yeah.
once there's a
But it's
common
like
understanding that it occurred, because simply like in other countries, Germany for simple, World War II, all that situation that occurred there. You know what I'm talking about?
mhm.
In Germany they don't not acknowledge it. Like they don't move on and pretend like it didn't happen.
They
They
have some
acknowledge it
statues of
well to the
monument.
point where they don't have to talk about it every other week. The factor that we have to talk about slavery all the time
They
because
like
is because in America they like to pretend like it didn't happen, like we're just expected to move on, therefore leaving us to hang on it longer than necessary. And then there's also despite even if we consciously recognize the effect that slavery even has on those descendants of it, the effect
about slavery
is
or
huh?
like context.
What'd you say?
Are we specifically talking about slavery or just like that was just
I mean, not just slavery and like specifically, but just past like I guess
But I'm
past
saying it's
oppression that you're
like
speaking on.
sometimes but I feel like there's this narrative that's always painted that like I feel like some of the like not acknowledging some of the like trying to move on but that causes like some of the stuff that causes us to hold on to like the so-called like oppression and stuff, right? It's like I feel like sometimes we do it to ourselves to an extent
What do you mean?
because it's like some like there are some black people that actually do it like we don't always need I don't feel like we 100% need like other like Caucasians or whites to like we don't need every white to acknowledge that slavery happened.
I mean, it's not even like it's more of it's always comes back to government. It's not even like because every white's not going to confess, oh, slavery was bad. I mean, if you thought that was going to happen, then I mean, you're wishing on a star that doesn't exist. but I feel like it's in like more of a group assist. Like if the government can stop with the whole CRT foolishness and acknowledge actual history and stop trying to suppress suppress the history that actually occurred, I feel like it's easier to move on. But now it's like every other week we have to remind people, oh, this is why, because every situation, every issue with the black community, and you can name it, you can stem it back to some form of oppression that was pressed upon us.
Well, the thing is, the government doesn't want to acknowledge it, because if they do, then they would have to give us reparations, and that's why they've been trying to indoctrinate us and brainwash us into consuming all this false information and the shit we learn in the history books. It's not true. It's all false.
I think when it comes to the black community in particular, I know there's issues where I just don't think every situation is racist. Like, I'd be seeing some videos and stuff, they'd be like, look at this racist woman right here. She thought I was stealing. Like, you're wearing a hood and all black.
Then the hood, they got a black hood on.
You walking around in the store moving very swiftly and suspiciously. All I'm saying is, I just typically don't trust anybody in the hood, whether you're black or not. I just don't trust people in hoods in public places, especially in the store. I'm not going to assume anything. I'm just going to keep my distance from you because I'm assume you're stealing. I'm just keeping it real. Sometimes it's not racially motivated. People who steal typically have masks on their hoods attempting to hide their identity. If you're walking around in a store, especially if you're moving really swiftly or moving very weirdly because you can't see someone's face when they have a hood on, I'm going to pose you as a threat. And I don't think it's always racially profound. Because if it's a white kid in the hood, I'm going to think the same thing. Hoods are just sketchy, man. That's why I literally avoid wearing my hood. There's sometime in the rain, I just don't wear a hood at all. And I just hurry up and get to the car because I'm afraid of being racially profiled. Like, I just don't wear my hood in places. I don't trust wearing my hood. It's a dangerous game. Kids who wear their hoods in classroom all the time, it's wild to me. Because, like, I'm going to profile you with the hood. Not racially, just behavior-wise. If you have a hood on in a public place.
I ain't gonna lie.
Exactly. I would think there's something wrong with you.
I did that every day, bro.
I don't know. I just don't think everything is racist. I think that's where more of the problem with black people comes in. It's like just because you fail, like I didn't get this job, it's probably because they hate black people. Nah, maybe you just not qualified for this job, or you just suck at doing interviews. Like, sometimes I feel like the lack of responsibility and just trying to point blame every time, I feel like it's more of the issue. Like, when it comes to our history, I feel like that's
just as a threat to not rise above and do what they need to do. That's what I was trying to say, like, about us not being able to, like, move on.
But once again, that's still white people's fault.
Kinda, sort of, but like you just proved the point when I was talking about, like, we kind of do it to ourselves to an extent as well. Like, every failure that we make isn't just based off of racism.
But I mean, it really depends on the resources people have as well, and the government really dictates the resources we have, especially in particular communities that are, underprivileged and don't have the, the economic
communities
sustainability.
Typically.
What'd you say?
Well, it's not white people, because there's more impoverished white people than are black people.
Yeah, that's what they don't tell you, Especially, homeless people. Yeah.
Oh, what? I thought all the blacks were poor. I thought black people couldn't get their bag up. What? There's more poor people than white people? That's crazy.
No way.
Logical, because there are more white people in the country than black people. But, people don't.
But see, that's a part of the mental concept. It's a mental construct.
A lot of the technology we have these days in media, it gets people to depend on their technology to think for them. They're not able to use their
own brain, formulate their own ideas,
ability, right?
Correct.
Certain situations and whatnot.
Yeah, but type activities, generational traumas are real. I feel like there's a lot of subconscious issues we have too. I've heard like theories of things like claustrophobia and things, being related to tight confined spaces during the slavery
Dogs.
era.
Dogs. Black people in a
Dogs,
relationship
yeah.
with dogs. Buddy.
Like there's a lot of things that we don't even know are connected to our past history. I mean, that's with all people, but it's hiding more in black people because it's still very a lot of those. I don't want to say curse, but a lot of those like behaviors.
A lot of stimuli to trigger it. It's still in
Yeah,
place. Why the
exactly.
generational.
And then like
It's still,
every negative thing about the black community is typically was set up initially. Black fathers not being at homes, that was originally originated by the caucus government. As was about every other poverty, of course, lack of resources, lack of community, black people pitting against black people, drugs in the black community, alcohol in the black community. Alcohol was everywhere, but all the drugs, crack, all of that stuff is all government set up. War on drugs was all it was just war on black people. And then we're convinced later, like, oh, y'all are behind because of you're your own anchor to your ship. I feel like we're more at the point where we're able to analyze that we have the ability to move forward now, but
we really choose not to.
We're unable to due to the negative mindset projected onto us. And it's not even people like take responsibility. There are aspects that you can take responsibility for. There's other parts where it's like there's other factors you can't control.
Like
So
the economic state, yo, how you grew up, your
trying to catch a community's economic state up with people who have been working on it for hundreds of years.
What'd you say?
Like trying to catch a community's economic status up with other communities who have been working for hundreds of years. Generational wealth is basically what I'm saying.
They've been working on it for all these years, and they have this chain down here. So by the time we got the opportunity to like actually work our way up, they all the way up here. We still right here. We still gotta work our way up to make it even, because the playing field is too far separated to even make even at this point. I feel like that's another reason why
MLK plays a part into that issue too. But prior to the end of segregation was very bad, and you never have equality in segregation, but there was a certain plus in segregation, and a big plus a part of segregation was that since we weren't allowed places, black people were independent. So everything,
I said integration made us more reliant on the white man.
Yeah, so black people were independent, were like where the businesses and stuff. As the Black Wall, there wasn't just one Black Wall Street. There was tens of them everywhere, and there was black businesses everywhere because we only were allowed to work and serve for ourselves. So then after segregation ended, it wasn't just that. It was also they saw our reliancy on ourselves. They saw the amount of progress and work that could be done when we worked within our community. So it was like, oh, I mean, of course you can't let that slide, because the amount of power that would happen if we just stayed relying on ourselves would have been at such a high pace, I guess you would say. That's why they say things like buy black now, and people be like, well, black businesses cost so much. Well, black businesses are in many cases also charged extra for their supplies compared to their Caucasian counterpart businesses. So they have to charge for more so they can make a profit and get more supplies to refurbish it. And there's other reasons behind that as well. It's not always just greed from black people as people try to make a scene. But hey, another day, another dollar. We can sit and complain, or we can progress and build the community back up. It ain't over till it's over. But hey, we're gonna jump to the next topic, another topic. Speaking of black people and black things, let's go and get up our hot takes of the week. D-Bron. Let's give our hot straight from the land of Mother Russia. Ladies and gentlemen, it was the return of Brittany Griner.
Is she back playing?
I didn't know she came back.
Oh, I do got a hot take.
Oh, you do have a
I
hot
do got
take?
a hot take.
You didn't want to talk about a woman?
No, I'm finna talk about a woman.
Mm.
Angel Reese is overrated. I said it.
No, she's not.
Crazy.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, that's my hot take.
Wow.
That's my hot take.
Yeah, he hates black women. Tell us why. Go ahead and explain yourself. Before we comment, I feel like you could have a valid argument. I feel like there's other reasons besides her being
I just
a woman.
feels like that the way she like skyrocketed, right? It's like I understand why, but it's like everything else she's done after that. It's like I understand that people still like eat and stuff. Like people still
Are you
what they
hating?
say. People still reap benefits off of their past actions. But there is a point where it's time to do the next best or next big thing.
The
The
season
season's
just
over.
ended.
Hmm?
The season
season-
just ended.
Exactly. So like, what else has she done? A lot of
She
people
finished
don't
the
even know her
season.
because she plays basketball. That's my thing.
You gotta wait till next.
Listen. A lot of people don't even know her because she plays basketball.
Sorry, who we talking about?
Angela
They've
Reese.
seen one picture of her.
I think I can guarantee you most of the people that know who Angel Reese is know her because she plays basketball.
I'm okay.
Wait, who we talking
Who
about?
knows her not from
Angel.
basketball?
Oh, bro, no, most people know her based off of just her pictures alone.
Who looking at Angela Reese pictures? With all due respect.
You'd be surprised.
I would be surprised because
What do you expect her to be doing? She just finished a championship. And you know what? We're gonna make this about men and women. Cause it's reality. We gonna go ahead and spit real quick. If LeBron finished a championship and a month later you see LeBron on a boat still partying for getting a win at the championship, nobody's gonna be like, "Hey, is LeBron still partying? What is he supposed to, shouldn't he be back on the court or something?" The season's over. What do you expect her to be doing?
But
She's going on a press run.
LeBron has what 20 years of NBA experience with 4 championships already on his belt. Right? You like go down the line of accomplishments. You can't compare a veteran to
Okay.
we
We can do a lower round player too. We can do any level player. Let's go Joe Shiesty. He won his first Super Bowl. Joe Shiesty wins his Super Bowl. Joe Shiesty parties for it's only been like a month since the the finals been over. And he's a month later, he's still partying because his Super Bowl win. Like, what are we talking about? What's the issue? What is she supposed to be doing? She just won a championship.
See, but I'm saying a lot of people don't even. Here's how. It's like I can't explain it, but I can because it's like I don't feel like she's blowing up because of what she did in basketball.
What do you think she's blowing up for?
Let's be honest, bro. Pretty privilege is a thing, bro. It is a thing, and that does play a factor.
I mean, this with all due respect to Angela Reese. Angela, what's her name? Angel Reese.
You don't even know her name.
I've never heard anybody say, "Dang, bro, Angela Reese is bad, dog." I ain't never heard nobody ever say that. And maybe people just ain't.
You don't be on media for real. That's why I can't explain it. But it's like
no, I've been on media about where she be. I've been on TikTok on her page with the videos of her and Flo J, and I just never heard those words. And I don't think her attraction has anything to do with it. I think she became her popular.
All right, let's not play dumb, bro. It plays a part, bro.
No, it doesn't, because I've never heard her be referred to as attractive on the internet. I've seen maybe now if you make the argument that she's popular due to her aggression on the court, then we can actually be having a conversation, because that's the only thing I've seen people talk about is her competitiveness on the court.
I'm not saying she's a bad player or anything. Like, she is a very skilled player, but there are tons of skilled players in the collegiate league.
Hey, I'm
But
gonna
how
catch you.
many?
Gotta go
All
today.
right. But how many of them are getting rings?
Huh?
How many of them won a championship though?
Ebron.
Okay, you all right, bro. But I'm saying you can't say that. You can't say that because then that's like saying a NBA player who hasn't gotten a championship. He can be a very skilled player too. And then if you say that he's a skilled player, somebody gonna be like, but how many championships he got? Just because he don't got
But
championships
you're
don't
talking
mean
about
he's
at the
not
moment. You're
skilled.
talking about there's other skilled players, but why are we going to talk about somebody who didn't just win?
What are you talking about?
Like she's being talked about right now because she just got a ring. You're talking about, well, there's other skilled players out there. Yeah, but those other skilled players didn't just literally win a ring a month ago. So what are we talking about them for? Why am I going to
For
spend
their
my time?
accomplishments.
Yeah, why am I going to spend my time as a sports analyst writing about a team or a player that didn't win? Say right now, the Nuggets and the Heat win a finals game. If I'm talking about any other team or player besides the Heat and the Nuggets, win the finals. The Nuggets win the finals. If I'm talking about any other team besides the Heat and the Nuggets, I'm wasting time in analytics. What are we talking about other people for? Well, of course, there's other skilled players in the collegiate league, but what am I talking about them for? She just won a championship ring, and she played a big part in her team. If anything, she's known for her. I've heard her be known for her competitiveness. That was a big conversation. Was her competitiveness on the court? That's where a lot of people started watching the collegiate thing, because the thing between her and the white chick who played for Idaho, Utah.
That was like the breakout moment.
Yeah, that played a big part into it. I don't think it had anything to do with her looks. I've never
But
seen
I'm not.
anywhere.
I'm saying I'm not
internet-
getting mad. I'm not getting mad about anything. She is a skilled player, and yes, I do respect what she did. But I'm just saying it's like
She doing too much.
not necessarily doing too much, but it's like bro, because you saying you've never seen anybody say
I've
anything
never
like that.
seen. I
But
would
it's
watch
like
her on the
she's
internet.
no, because if you actually look for what people are saying, people like I'm seeing a lot of
If you can find
like
me something of
unnecessary.
people raving about Angel Reese, my goodness, Angel Reese looks, and I would be intrigued because I've never heard that or seen that. I've literally only seen them. It became a big argument of whether the whole racist thing between them getting mad at her for doing this in front of her face, and rather than when a white girl did it. That was a big thing I see, but I've never seen anybody be like, I don't think it's pretty privilege. I don't think pretty privilege plays into a part of this thing. And maybe that's just my personal opinion. I mean, she's attractive, but I don't think that plays anything in part of the publicity she's getting. If she was any less attractive,
bro.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not a thing. Of course it's a thing, but in this situation currently, doesn't play a part. She just won a ring. She played a major part in her team winning a ring for her collegiate team. Over there, LSU got their first ring that they've got in their women's basketball in a long time. Due to her and the white girl on the Idaho team, they literally just had the most watched college final series, whatever it's called, college final series literally ever. Viewers. I feel like she deserves to be talked about. It has nothing to do with her being pretty. They're literally out here breaking viewer records.
There's nothing wrong. I have no problem with her being talked about, but there's obviously a limit for anybody that's in the public eye. Like I'm not finna let like that goes for anybody. I don't care how big of a star you are. There's always a limit for how much a person should be getting talked about.
Why?
There
it doesn't
should
apply
be
here though. Because what was your phrase? You said that she was overrated.
Yes.
And overrated.
No, but it's like it's crazy though, because it's like it's not even her fault. It's like the way the public is portraying her.
How are they portraying her? They're portraying. I feel like she's accurately rated. They're portraying her as a girl who just basically she didn't carry because all of her team played a big part, and that's how they won.
But but it's like they're talking like it though.
No, but she's noticeably the team captain of her team. So when your team captain
And
carries your team,
her and Flaw J are like the only noticeable faces, I guarantee, for majority of the people that even know of Angel Reese.
Angel Reese is first off. Angel Reese plays a big part in her team, man. She's clearly the team captain of the team. Flo J also is a rapper and was just on America's Got Talent. Has been on America's Got Talent before, and I think she was on like the Rap Game or sometime one of those little shows when she was younger. So she's a popular face, and other girl's a team captain. And they talk about the white girl on Idaho or whatever as much as they talk about Angela Reese during the final series.
I know nothing about the white girl from Idaho.
Well, you're not keeping up then, because that's literally how they both got into the conversation. Because the white chick did this in a little video.
I mean, yeah, I know about the situation, but I don't know that much information about the white girl.
She's a beast of a player, but she lost. So a lot of that conversation about her starts to die down. Like, who won the NBA Finals last year?
Warriors.
Who did they beat?
Celtics.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about okay. Here, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan got 6 rings, 97, 98. What team did he beat?
The Utah Jazz.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I'm pretty positive.
Okay, who won the finals 2 years ago?
2 years ago, the Bucks.
Who did the Bucks beat?
Suns.
Who was some star players on the Suns team that year?
Devin Booker.
Chris Paul.
That's about. Well,
I mean,
I'm not well versed in basketball like that no more. So
they don't matter. They don't matter. It's not that they don't matter, but it's like, what you gotta understand is when it comes to sports, there's always gonna be a highlight face. Like for instance, the Heat. The Heat has a pretty good team about them. You're gonna hear about Jimmy Butler. You're gonna hear about Bam, and Kyle Lowry, and maybe one other person. You hear about the Nuggets. There's more people on the team than besides Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. But what are the two names you hear? Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Name me somebody else from the Nuggets team.
Mike Conley. Mike Conley.
Yeah, but nobody really talks about him. When do you ever hear anybody talking about, man, look at Mike Conley out there? It's just a reality of a popularity thing. It's not less important. And when somebody wins a championship, they're going to be talked about more. I mean, the chick won, 1 month ago? They were literally at the White House like last week. They just finally got to the White House. They're on a press run. And Angel, my gosh, why keep messing up her name? Angel Reese and Flo J are currently going on a press run right now. Flo J is freestyling everywhere. So she's a rapper plus basketball player. Plus she's got her first college ring. And they got LSU a championship. And it's like a team of majority black girls. So there's a lot of reasons why they're being hyped up right now. There's a lot of factors that go into it. But maybe,
I ain't gonna lie, they getting paid too. I heard they getting paid like crazy. I watched one of their interviews, bro.
And they're getting
paid more than WNBA players.
They are, and they're getting banked. So that's also a big part of the conversation. People are like, oh wow, they're not going to graduate until they literally have to because the amount of money.
Hey, let me do this as a disclaimer, bro. I'm giving, like, I'm not hating, bro. Like, I understand they're very important figures in women's basketball right now, and in basketball in general right now. So I respect them, and they are two very skilled players. So I'm not like hating. I guess I'm just going off of what I've seen, like, and it's always on YouTube. I always see, like, YouTube is like the main place where I see it at. So like, I'm trying to make it, because it's like, I know whoever see this, if they go in the comments, they're gonna say I'm hating and stuff like that.
I mean, that's what I'm like. I mean, you said she's getting talked about due to pretty privilege. And it's just, I guess I'm just more
that does
shocked
play a factor.
And the factor of I've never heard her be referred to as like this just overly attractive woman. I mean, she is attractive, but I've never heard anybody, I've just never seen it anywhere. It was like, man, Angela Reese, she's bad, bro. Like, I can't say there's pretty privilege because I've never heard anybody acknowledge her looks.
You gotta go to.
And I feel like maybe
IG and YouTube are the main. IG and YouTube, main one.
And I feel like maybe if like this was just regular season, or if she was just more of a mid player on the team, then I feel like pretty play. I don't think in this situation pretty privilege plays a part at all. That's just my opinion. I just don't think her attraction plays a part as much in this situation because every reason why she should be talking about is valid. Like maybe we're in November, we're still talking about her getting a ring. Okay, I guess there's an overdraft at that point, or the new season starts. But it's still going to be talked about, and she's a star player. She's a team captain. So I don't see. I guess it's more of I feel like
How long is she playing with LSU?
how long has she been playing with LSU?
Yeah.
It's maybe I don't know. I'm not
Alan,
sure.
you know?
It's not her first year. I know that.
Yeah, I know that too.
To be honest, I don't even know.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
I'll probably say like 2 or 3 years, but I don't know.
Okay, so let's just say she was playing for 2 or 3 years. You saying that? So all right, so you saying that every reason she should be getting talked about right now is valid. So if she was she's a star player, right? If
Correct.
she's the same player with the same, if she's the same player, same skill set, just just improved a little bit over 2 years or so, you said why wasn't she getting talked about when she first got into college?
Because she didn't win a championship, and I don't keep up in
See, a championship doesn't. You
and I
can't
don't.
just say
I mean, like,
I don't keep up with women's basketball or college sports at all. I don't find them as serious professional sports, so I can't even confirm nor deny whether she was getting talked about when she came into the league, because I don't keep up with college sports. So,
But you see how. But I'm saying it's like even a person that doesn't keep up with sports has known about her over this because of the championship. I understand a championship plays a big part in any
it plays
person's
the
career.
major part. People
Exactly.
a lot of people
But I'm
don't
saying-
know. A lot of people don't know. Don't watch basketball. Well, I mean, don't watch football, but they understand that this Tom Brady guy wins a lot. Like they don't watch football, but they understand
Exactly.
Tom Brady wins a lot. A lot of people don't watch basketball, but they understand Stephen Curry is going to the finals. They understand that he's getting close to winning, even if he's not winning every year. They understand he's getting close to winning. They understand he's in that grasp of the game. I mean, it's just a
Because he's
simple
very
fact
good.
of it is. It's not saying that a
But it's
championship.
like why you keep put. It's like every person that you're giving an example on, they're a veteran in their craft and in their sport.
Okay, I don't know any because it's just the reality of playing. It's like if you.
But I'm
win,
saying it's like
you get
every
talked
person that
about.
you're naming with the same amount, with every person that you're naming with at least the same range of fame has had years of accomplishments under their belt.
But even less of. You can talk about what's the name? What's that little fella name on the Knicks? Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, he hasn't gotten much of a ring, but people know that he got the Knicks all the way to like what, the second or third round of the playoffs this year. And he doesn't have many years of experience under his belt. The simple fact is, if you win, you're going to be talked about more. That doesn't mean you're less talented. That just means you're going to get talked about more.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a simple fact. It's not saying that a ring defines you, but if we're talking about publicity, nobody's going to talk about a player who loses or a team that loses all the time. If we're talking real sports, nobody wants to hear about a team that freaking loses all the time. Nobody cares. Why am I interested in this team or this player? Like, that's not saying that she's not. Why wasn't she getting talked about? Number one, I don't keep up with college sports, so I can't say that she wasn't getting talked about when she hopped into the league. But let's say, rather, why is she getting talked about more now than ever? Because she won a championship. They just had a finals that literally was the most watched college basketball finals ever. I mean,
All right, so
why wouldn't they be talked about?
who won the championship last year?
I don't know. I don't keep up with college basketball.
I feel like it was more of the. I feel like she blew up more so of the situation other than the championship. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean, if you have you watched an interview with her?
Huh?
Have you watched an interview with her?
I watched one with her and Flajay.
If you watch any of those
But I only
interviews,
watched the one. I only watched it when they was talking about how much they was getting like paid and stuff.
Well, if you watch a full length interview, they asked him, "How did you feel about the whole taunting
Oh
and
yeah, I
stuff
saw that. I saw that part too.
overshadowing
part
like
of
their
that.
performance? Like they're aware, but that's also part of the sport. Like what's a sport's even more like
But I'm
sports
just saying,
itself are interesting.
I'm
but a
saying
sports with a
if that
storyline and
situation never
rivalry,
happened, listen, if that situation never happened and they still won a championship, they would not be getting talked about as much.
that's debatable.
That's not debatable, bro.
It is
The
debatable.
controversy, bro.
Because you can't
Controversy.
say that it
Controversy is
wouldn't
gonna
happen
bring
if it didn't happen.
controversy, bro. Controversy is gonna bring significantly more publicity than it would if it doesn't happen.
Or there was just a higher level of talent in this year. Like okay, the Cavs and Golden State, that was they were great, both great teams. But the fact that the back-to-back year rivalries made it even more watchable. It was like, okay, the finals happen every year. But the rivalry energy, Curry versus LeBron, the promotion that was happening, what's going to happen this year? Is LeBron going to be able to come back from 3-0 and win the finals and all this other stuff? That's what made it more interesting. It was like that era is not only fancy because it was Curry and LeBron, it was big because of the coverage that it was getting, the way that the media was promoting it, the way that the players were playing along with the storyline with the whole rivalry type energy that was going on. The better the storyline, the more the sport's going to be watched. That's not just the thing with this thing. You could say there's been a lot of eras of wins. Like when people talk about the Bulls, they don't ever talk about, we call that era the Cavs versus Golden State era. Michael Jordan got a three-peat. Nobody really talks about those other teams. Nobody talks about the other teams that he got the three-peat against because there's more of a highlight on this team and this player specifically. When you have an era where two teams are just like really hot because there's high talent and hot gaming on both sides of the court, of course it's going to be talked about. I can't say whether or not, because I can't speak on a hypothetical situation, well, if this and that, if these factors didn't play a part into it, I can't say that it didn't happen. I don't know when the numbers started happening. I know that this final situation, I know that it broke streaming records and that more people watched it more than ever. And if you want to constitute that due to the quote-unquote drama or rivalry that was going on, it's nothing different than that what they do in regular basketball. They did a few taunts here and there. That's literally all that was going on. And people threw the taunts out of proportion due to sexism too. All of that was sexism because they were acting like people don't taunt in other sports. Like this was the first time we seen taunting, and that was so disrespectful. And it was, they kept saying it was unclassy.
And that's my main point though. It's like I said, it's not even their fault. It's how the public always portrays stuff, because the public is always gonna portray stuff how they want to portray it or how they want it to be seen. The public is always gonna put stuff out there or put stuff out of proportion to make it look
Angela Reese
exaggerated.
She just won a championship. Why wouldn't she be talked about as much as she's being talked about? I just feel, I'm not calling you a sexist. I'm just saying if anybody in the sports world says, okay, can we move on for Angela Reese? She's being talked about too much. Like,
I'm not saying
people are going to assume that fella's sexist, because if anybody else won, it would be like, oh my gosh, why are we still talking about him? Why can't we move on from him winning? Like, she just won a championship literally like a month, maybe a month and a half ago, if I want to give the benefit on the doubt of the timeline. But they just won a championship. Like, how is she overrated? They're talking about her too much. What'd you say? Pretty privilege. I've never heard anybody call Angela Reese pretty. I mean, Angel Reese pretty. But if they are, I mean, that's cool too. But I don't think it plays a part in it, because even if she was less pretty, bro, you gotta understand that people talk about what's being watched and what's interesting and what side of the internet you're on. They just won, and like I said, they broke streaming records. Therefore, people are paying attention to it. When you run a company, especially a reporting company, a news company, you're gonna report on what's popping. So if a TV show is breaking records, SpongeBob, let's say SpongeBob is breaking millions of records this week. What do you think shows that talk about TV are going to be talking about this week? SpongeBob. So if right now the hottest thing right now is Angela Reese and her winning the finals, and what's the chick name of Flo
Go
J?
capitalize on it.
Exactly. That's what the media does. And it's not making her overrated, because she played games. She played really well games. She's the team captain of her team. The streaming broke records. She's keeping the storyline going. They're over here getting racially profiled by the White House, talking about invite both teams, which is the most insane thing that I've heard regarding this situation.
Yeah, that
Because
I ain't gonna lie, that was crazy.
when has anybody ever said let's invite both teams? It's simply because that team's full of black girls and other team's full of white girls. I mean, let's be real, Jill Biden, that was a racist moment for her, and I don't know what you want me to say. Like, I don't think she's overrated. I think they're just talking about.
I do remember that, bro.
That's real, and
Why does she always do that?
She's weird.
I get so sick of her
why does she do
leaving,
that?
bro.
I don't know. I don't think she over. I can't say that she's overrated because I feel like that would, like, in a different situation, I can't say I would say the same about somebody. If somebody's winning, now it'd be different if if they lost and we're still talking about the chick who lost. Okay, now
But then if they would have lost, folks would have been saying they was racist. You can't lie.
No, I don't think so. I think if we played it, we paid attention. Literally everybody was like, literally everybody said, like, nobody took away from the white girls, but everybody I don't hate that I have to keep on calling her the white girl. I can't think of her name. Losers just don't remember the name. But no, I'm just kidding. She's a really talented player. Like, if you see like her play, people gave her props for playing. It's just it was mainly her on her team. LSU just had a full squad playing with them, so they ended up winning. I don't think people would call it racist if they lost. I don't think so. I mean, nah, I just don't think so. I think if LSU lost, and Joe Biden wouldn't have said, LSU, y'all can come to the White House too.
Bro. I ain't gonna lie, yeah, that was bad on her part, bro.
I'm just keeping it real. She wouldn't have said that, but nevertheless, I mean,
that was bad on her.
Hey,
I ain't gonna lie.
That's a hot take.
Like, yeah, that is a hot take. But hey, I'm not trying to hate on nobody, bro. I guess just based on what I've been observing, but everybody sees stuff differently and from a different way of how it's being perceived.
Yeah, I gotta get on the side of the internet where somebody's ever said Angel Reese is bad. I've just never heard it.
I promise, bro. I swear, like, on like.
Are we talking about main people? Or we're just talking about
sometimes
like local, just like little YouTuber kids. Maybe.
Well, no, I'm saying like sometimes you be seeing them community posts on YouTube, but it's like it sometimes you don't even gotta be subscribed to the channel. It just be like coming up.
Mm-hmm.
It be like photos of her from like her latest photo shoot, and like they just be all over. And then I mean. On IG, I can't really fault IG because on IG that's kind of expected. Like, IG is literally probably a whole thirst trap now. But anyways, YouTube is mainly where I see it when I just be like simply scrolling and see it. I don't really see it that much on TikTok, so I can't really say too much about it. But it's like YouTube on the community post is mainly where. And she just did a video with Overtime, I think, and she was like rating people fits and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, if you're doing a lot of research on her, I mean, the algorithm is going to show her up more in your feed too, though.
I wasn't doing research on her, though. I think I watched one interview.
How long was the interview?
It was like, you mean the video?
Yeah, the video. Like, yeah, the interview, the video, same thing.
Maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 40 minutes.
You watched it full length?
Nope. But I watched it. How do I say? I watched it thoroughly, or just enough. I mean, for me at least, I can't say that I sat there and watched the whole interview, but I'm not saying it was bad.
So if it was a man, you would have finished it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is FOC Productions.
No, don't do that.
We're gonna see you next week. We've had a great
bro. Don't end it like that, because you know people in the comments gonna be hating, bro. Do not end it like that, bro. I'm not hating. Don't.
He said, "Wow, I'm gonna go." And as soon as he finished that, he went to go watch an NBA interview because he said he needs to watch some real sports.
I'm not even keeping up with the NBA for real. We was just talking about the Heat and the Nuggets earlier, and I just found out the Heat lost like a couple hours ago.
Get outside.
Let's talk about it. No, we not gonna end on that.
So long pod, ladies and gentlemen. FOC Productions.
Come on,
glad
bro.
to be here with you. Angel Reese. Shout out to Angel Reese. Shout out to the
Shout
white
out to Angel Reese, bro.
Shout out to Flo J. Hey man, they don't call it a hot take for nothing.
Flage, bro. Flage.
Shout out to Fla J, but she be do flowing. Hey yo, hey, they
Yeah,
don't call it a
I
hot
see
take
one of her
for nothing.
freestyles, bro. That's on hard.
She do go hard. They don't call it a hot take for
Yeah.
nothing. Sometimes it gets a little hot, it gets a little heated, but that's what we do over here at FOC Productions. We'll see you next week. Stay nifty on 50s. It's the Chocolate, Young Hirsch, D Brun, Act Deck, Act King in the Sing, Micah the biker, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna figure out something. Hey, and it's been real. Thank you for everybody that came in and out. Ahmad, T Ren.